Our capitals are really temples of democracy, and I'm very passionate about the fact that they should be treated as temples of democracy. They should be kept for generations and generations. I've seen a lot of damage to our public buildings over the years. When fluorescent lighting came in, it was very efficient. It was much more efficient than incandescent. But during the 50s and 60s, a lot of these beautiful fixtures were taken out of all these public institutions, replaced with strip lighting, fluorescent lighting, 4-foot tubes mostly. And although it provides a lot of light, it doesn't have any art. There's no character to the fixtures that were originally designed to the building. And this building has lots and lots of character. It's a gorgeous building. What happened in the late 20s after the boom times, money was short. The design of the fixtures is exquisite, but to save money, they made many of the fixtures out of plaster. Some were covered, copper plated over plaster, so that the ornamental design was maintained, but there was cost savings in the materials. These are large scroll arms. They're made out of plaster. They're not too heavy. I'd say this probably weighs 10 to 15 pounds. If this were bronze, it would probably weigh 35 or 40 pounds. These then were copper plated, so there's a thin coat of metal over the plaster, and then that is faux finished to look like antique bronze. When properly cared for, it can be restored. So the fixtures that are hanging in some of your spaces that have been there since the building was built, and they're still in very good shape, and those can be restored. But some of the ones that were removed and put into storage, a lot of those fixtures then from 40 years of lying in an attic somewhere are no longer really fit to be restored. They're damaged enough that they should be replicated. These lovely examples came from upstairs in the attic, and they're examples. There's a lot of things up there that can be saved. This is an example of some glass that we can actually reuse. We can clean this glass and reuse it. We can make molds off the original fixtures and replicate those and reuse whatever parts and pieces we can, and what we can't reuse we'll replicate. This is solid copper. The cost of casting solid copper again is quite expensive, and when we restored it you can see the bright red color. So we cast this one in bronze, and it's a mixture of metals. It has spun brass, yellow brass, and a cast bronze casting here and another spinning. And these are patinated to an antique bronze finish, because some of the fixtures in the building have an antique bronze finish, which is fairly similar to what's here. Do you have some flush mount fixtures in the building like this now that just have a glass dome in here? Inside our company, we call this stuff ceiling jewelry. The things of beauty on the interior of these buildings are what make you smile when you walk in. I was one time in a meeting with a federal judge, and she had a bunch of school children in. And she said, "Why do I wear a robe, not regular street clothes?" And the answer was that it's a sign of her profession. It's a sign of the magnificence of our legal system. And so our capitals are symbols of what we believe, and they should be treated with respect.